welcome to the channel. So Cardi B is currently being dragged all over social media for forgetting the designer she was wearing at the Met Gala. So the former Vogue director, and keyword former because the girls are trying to be messy as if he is the current director, but he's not. So he is the former director, and he had said, for the record and recognition, and no thanks to Cardi B, the designer of her gown is Sinsin Lee, who's Chinese. The gown took 2 months to make. I personally think it's boring and not even on theme, but she chose it and should have at least remembered his name and not just that he's Asian. So if you don't know, he's referring to the moment someone asked Cardi B on the Met Gala carpet, what designer was she wearing? And she was like, and she was like, oh, it's an Asian designer. So of course, Cardi B seen his, critique. And of course, she had something to say. So let me go ahead and play that for you.
Hi guys, I want to make this very clear because I see a former director of Vogue trying to be funny, or like maybe because he felt offended about something or whatever. And I see a lot of you guys fake gagging on Twitter, but I want to make this very clear, right? First thing first, when I was on the carpet, I was very scared because the dress was supposed to be like on a little podium, and I've been practicing how to pose on the podium, but at the carpet I wasn't allowed to use the podium, so I had a lot of things on my mind, and I was being rushed to the front of the line. So when I was getting interviewed, I kind of forgot to pronounce the designer's name because his name is a little bit complicated. So I was like, damn, how to pronounce his name? Like my mind was just racing. I think the former director of Vogue, he got offended because I said Asian designer. I said Asian designer because I know that the designer was Asian, but I wasn't sure what nationality the designer was. And I feel like it's offensive if I was to be like, oh, some Chinese designer, or some Korean designer, or some Vietnamese designer, because I feel like I don't want to get somebody's nationality mixed up. So I said an Asian designer. So I didn't say that to be offensive or to get your little Speedos in a bunch. But I do feel like, as a person that work in fashion, I feel like the designer and my stylist, we work really hard for this theme. So for you to be kind of shady because you feel offended or whatever, it just proves why you're the former director. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you're trying to offend me, but you're actually offending the people that work behind the scenes. You're actually offending the people that spend hours and hours on phone calls and on Zooms and money on this design just because you got offended by a comment that I made without you not even knowing why I said it, how I said it. And for you guys to talk about like, oh, she don't know this, she's not a fashion, she's this, she's not going to get invited this year. Baby, I'm Cardi B. Stop it. I'm Cardi B, okay? So I'm gonna go shopping. Have a good day. Thank you.
Okay, you girls heard what Cardi B had to say. So she kind of cleared him, and she did make some points like saying that he is trying to shade her, all the while trying to take up for this Chinese designer, but then he calls the gown boring. So he's shading the Chinese designers, work basically. But what I will also say is Cardi B needs to take a little bit of accountability because, girl, you know that this is the fashion Super Bowl of the year. You know the number one question that is going to be asked at this event is, who are you wearing? Like, I understand that she said, she was very nervous. It was a lot going on. But in my opinion, I really don't think that is an excuse because, that is common sense. They're going to ask, who are you wearing? So she should have had that answer locked and loaded in her head for that specific question. But child, the designer doesn't seem to have a problem with it. Everybody else has a problem with it. The designer has been supporting her, posting the pictures and praising her and everything. So I guess all is good with them. But that's all I have for this video. Let me know what you think about this situation in the comments. Do you think Cardi B should have had that answer ready? Like, do you think it's an excuse because she was nervous? Let me know, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.